In this initial video, we are going to cover 10 unlikely reading facts and rules. I am sharing them now because they form the basis of how I personally teach reading during my daily practice and on this channel. More importantly, they are the kinds of rules that yield successful reading results. Let me disclaim, however, that some of these rules are unconventional and may bring about some debate, but I have proven the truth of each with the lessons I have taught upon here. You are welcome to visit these lessons for proof if you want, but for now, here are the 10 facts and or rules everyone reading and teaching English need to know. 1. Reading is more than word recognition. To speak frankly, reading is not word recognition. Instead, it is the harmonic blend between fluency, comprehension, motivation, and word recognition. 2. When a child is able to decode words through the use of phonetic principles, he or she is still an elementary reader, unless it is that their comprehension is at the words level. Let me explain. A child's overall reading level is determined by his or her level of comprehension rather than their oral reading ability. This means that your child or student may read proficiently up to the grade 5 level but comprehends at the grade 2 level, in which the overall reading level of the child would be grade 2. 3. Letter identification or naming, though important, is a later requirement of reading. The first reading requirement is the sounds, all 44 of them. What this means is that a child in preschool can read at the pre primer level without knowing the names of the letters they are sounding out. I know this sounds improbable, but you'd be surprised by its truth. 4. Children with larger vocabularies are able to do better at word recognition. Reading young, say at 4 or 5, requires that the child is exposed to a large slew of words. This is especially important when the child starts the sounding out process and is expected to name words independently. If the word that's being sounded doesn't form a part of the child's vocabulary, he or she will never associate or produce the intended word. Please note that a child's vocabulary is built through their parents reading to them, watching a video, having a conversation with friends and family, as well as through hearing and understanding conversations that aren't involving them. Or better yet, conversations they aren't involved in. 5? Yeah, 5. Basic reading is done through turning on the correct sounds. In order for these sounds to be produced correctly, the teacher or parent ought to instruct the child on the appropriate movement of what is sometimes called the vocal tract articulators. These are the tongue, the jaws, lips, teeth, etc. The articulators are what create speech sound, and the students need to be taught how to activate each and when to do so. Especially is this a requirement if the student isn't a native speaker. 6. Young readers should be taught to read with an orthography that has been altered to reflect the complexity of the English language. As instructors, we ought to always remember that English isn't a regularly spelled language. How can it be when it has borrowed so widely from other languages like Latin, Greek, French, and German? In order to make it easier for beginning readers, use orthography that spells the words the way they sound and later how they are spelled. Here is an example. Eat, as it is pictured here, shows the actual spelling of the word's pronunciation. Here is the word again, spelled correctly, but in this form, the child doesn't turn on the sound of the smaller letter. Still later, the child will encounter the word like this, with the macron on top of the E, and like this, the actual way it is spelt in our printed works. 7. Holistic and correct reading instructions include the use of the International Phonetic Alphabet. Won't say anything else there. 8. Sound segmented blends. Oh, sound segmented blends are the root cause of students having issues with blending. I know this will upset my colleagues, but it is true. Blending is only achieved when individual sounds intersect or overlap. Let me demonstrate. Rat, when sped up, doesn't produce a recognizable word for many children, but rat does. Get it? Rat. Okay. 9? Yes, 9. Using sentences that are written with lowercase letters is best for beginning readers. Here's an example. Okay. 10. And this is the last and arguably the most important rule of them all. And it says the reading process should be pleasurable for the children or beginner. Make the lessons recreational rather than a chore. And if a chore, make it short and student oriented. So, there you have it. The 10 facts or rules everyone reading and teaching English need to know. I know some of the concepts might be new for a number of you. Consequently, I'll be creating tutorial videos on a few of the rules. But you have to subscribe to the channel to know when they're uploading, and comment any questions you might have now in the comment section. I hope you learned a lot from the rules I named today, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.